You just use rubber bands. That's what Alpine used to use.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Probably because it was cheaper than a zip tie.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Good day, everyone. That is not an F-150.
It's totally an F-150.
It's totally not an F-150.
Are you kidding me?
It's totally not an F-150.
Have you ever seen some videos that they do this? They just knock their teeth out.
I mean, by all means, please show me how it's done.
I mean, if you pay for it,
I'm not paying for crap.
I would do it.
No way, buddy. You're on your own there. Hello from cold and crappy Akron, Ohio.
Ooh.
What's up?
What up?
What's up, Junior? Junior, you need to call me and tell me what's going on.
Well, I told him just wait until next week.
Okay.
Yes, just chill out, bro.
I'm perfectly chill. 02 Silverado 4x6 mirror. Can I fit 8-inch in the door? No.
What?
The old Chevy Silverado 02.
It's not Chevy. It's Chevy, bro.
I said Chevy. I didn't say Chevy.
Don't be like Chevys.
No, you can't fit an 8-inch in that door very easily. It's not really what it's made for.
But
I mean, you could probably get those door pods, speakerpods.com. He'd probably have a set that you could put in there because that guy's got everything. Okay, yeah, so we're working on a Tundra. This is a 2019 Tundra. We've spent most of the day getting the speakers ready for installation. So it's getting, as you can tell from the yellow, it's getting some K2s. It's getting the three-way set. So one of the things that we found that we've been doing these is that the bracket that they make perfectly centers up the speaker right here, which is cool, right? I mean, that's what you'd want. However, this is the window track, and then there's a piece that's on the window that's like right here. So really, this is more centered, okay? So when we make the bracket for this, we adjust for it. All right, so this is really what it should look like, because this will come into the door, and this is made out of 3 pieces of blown PVC, perfectly milled, and it'll sit just like this. And as you can see now, the speaker is centered. Okay, now you might be saying, oh well, what about, okay, so if you look here and here, these are the clips. This whole side of the speaker is whacked off. It's really okay. It's cut off. So really, this is where you want your speaker to be anyways. So first thing we do is make a nice set of these, countersink it in, screw it all together, bevel the back side, and it looks really nice. Very rigid, super thick. Along with some screws, it's also taped using the super red. He's going 2 ohm. Yeah, he's going 2 ohm. And so when we're done, this is what you end up with here. So
beautiful.
Very beautiful. Now, if that was the end, that would be fantastic, but it's not. So now Focal has decided to give us the new frac tweeter, which is this guy right here. So the frac tweeter is this giant tweeter. It's not even really a tweeter. It's more of a mid-range than a tweeter, because it has, it's got a voice coil, like a big and a gap, and it breathes and all that fun stuff. And so we've done plenty of tweeters and Tundras. They're usually smaller. And so with this, we were like, okay, how are we going to get this in there? And there's 3 notches that we did in order to get the tweeter to sit down into where it needs to be level in the cup, which is good. Okay. Now we need to make sure this doesn't fall apart. Obviously, you can put some backstrap on here, maybe some super glue. Yeah, whatever, go crazy. Don't do that. So what we did is we designed some rings. So this first ring here is just a spacer ring in order to get us up level with these points, actually that point right there. And so next, this is an 1/8 inch. Okay, so this is gonna give us the first screw down, like there. And then all 3 of these, and if you'll notice, this is thinner. And then what this does is this is designed to come over and go, we'll just spin it around. Oh, go like this. There we go. And go like this. Okay. And so that gives us our piece. So we know if we take these 3 dimensions that we'll have the piece that we need in order to screw our tweeter into place and secure it down. So in the wonderful world of the now, that means that I can take these 3 drawings and import them into some 3D software, and I can come up with this guy right here. So this, as you can see, is this. So there's the 2 pieces that are going to sit on top of one another just like this. So that takes in consideration that first, and then it's thinner, it's thicker on this back side just like it is on this. And so what this does is this just drops into place just like that, and boom, we have our mount. That locks that tweeter right into place. It's right on top of it, makes it a perfect fit just like that. And then you have to do a mirrored image of it, because the drivers and passengers, of course, are mirror images of one another. But once you've done one, it's easy enough to flip it and recreate it, and then print it. So this is printed out of some nice ABS. It goes right in. We'll put some new screws in, and that will be the tweeter mounted in place. So nice simple mount. And so we use the laser to do our dirty work, because we could do this a heck of a lot faster than we could do this. So we had these done relatively fast, and we could have glued these together like we've done in the past, and we would have ended up at the same place. But we're like, hey, we got these 3D printers, let's just put them to work. All right, so that's the tweeter. Next, we have the mid-range, which is this stupid thing right here, which is very tiny. And somewhere around here, where did I put the mid-range?
In the car?
No, they're not. Oh, yeah, they are. Jeez, oh, man. Okay, so for the mid-range, went back to acrylic, because it just works really well. And so what we have to do for this one is make it a little bit different. So we scan this in, and then we changed it up. We mounted it from the back side. The inside lip here is all polished and rounded over. So we rounded that over, and then we take it over to the polisher. We polish it, make it look super, super perfect. So that has a rounded over polished edge on it. And then there's this little gap. And that gap, believe it or not, is a pain. So there's 2 washers in there to fill in the gap, so that this will tighten up nice and tight up against this, and then this will drop into place. You do have to cut out the dash just a hair in order for this to go in, and then there's 2 new screw holes. We will be running wires up to these, because these are in parallel with the tweeter. So we're going full active on an Arc Blackbird, front, rear, a whole 9 yards. So that is going to power those. Now, the last piece that we worked on today was the GPS antenna mount. So in this, there's a center channel speaker, which is this guy. and I'll get back to your questions. Does your adapter mate up with the door panel? Because then that aftermarket one does. Yeah, so it'll meet up with the door panel. So here's the factory. So ours is just as thick as the factory, so it'll pop on there and look all nice. Plus we're doing some fast rings and foam. So this is the center channel speaker that we took out. And what we did with this is Fernando likes to put the GPS antenna here. So we made this mount. So this will actually sit just like this in the dash. This is made out of ABS. It'll bolt into place, countersunk the screws. And so this will hold the GPS antenna up where this guy is. So this actually sits just like that. So there again, scanned this shape in, and then was able to 2 layers, drew this top piece, drew the bottom piece, and then imported that into the Bamboo software and created this cool shape here. This double-sided tape from the factory onto it. This will bolt into place, and there we go. Now we have a nice GPS mount. The last thing, can y'all make me some speaker pods for... You can just get those from... You can get the Honda pods from Metra. That's what we would do. I'm not making those. Those pods suck. Metra does a fine job on those. So head over to metraonline.com. Morel hybrids aren't going to fit... they're not going to fit into that without doing a lot of cutting. So you're going to have to cut. So, yeah, you're cutting. You got to cut the metal to get those to fit. And I thought the plumbing straps, I know, those were fairly custom. I like those. Reality creation tools. I know, I got $200 for a pair of speaker pods. Good. What's up, guys? I had a remote start security with 1991 Chevy with 5-wire door locks. Although I can still do those in my sleep. Those mid-range are going to need 14 gauge. Oh, at least 14 gauge. I was thinking 4 gauge. Would you attempt to modify the door panel in a 17 Mustang to use the Melver 265 mid-range and woofer speaker grills for a unique look? Probably not.
Why not? Yeah.
No, probably not. But hey, I don't know. Maybe. Off the top of my... I don't know. I got to be in the mood for kind of stuff, ask questions like that. For me, I just look at all the work I'd have to do to get it there and go, yeah, that seems like a lot of work. It's totally. Afternoon, Phantom Chris. They don't make them for Morels. No, you're still going to have to cut. That's my point. That when you take that factory off, there's 2 pieces of metal that are in the way, and then you're going to have to make the hole a lot bigger. So... they're not going to fit. You're going to have to make them fit. Dean, just load the laser file into the Bamboo software looking to get 3D printers. No. Okay, so you can't do that. So this is one of those things we're trying to figure out if people want to know how we do this. But the reality is no. Because yes and no. Bamboo software doesn't see it the same way a laser 2D software does, because it looks for shape and size. Lasers just follow the center line. When you export it in, when you import a PSD file into Bamboo, it traces the outside of it. So the first thing that you have to do before you export it is make it the finest line humanly possible. So for example, let's take a look here. And this is part of a project that we're working on right now. This is probably at about 200 scale. But if I come in here and I remove my fill from this, okay, so that's the trace line. All of a sudden I can't even see it anymore. Okay. Now it's still there, but my line size is 0.001. So it's nearly invisible. Actually, it's pretty much invisible. It wants to see a shape like that. Plus, once you fill it in, the line becomes non-existent. So, like if I change this line, right now it's black on gray, but if I made it red, you still wouldn't even see it. So this is what it's looking for. It's looking for something like this. So if we open recent and we'll go, so the GPS piece that we made. So this is the top piece. And then if I turn that off, this is the bottom piece. So these two pieces are designed to sit on top of one another. Once you've figured that out, then you can take them over into your Bamboo software. We can go home and we can open this guy. Oh yeah, we gotta save that. Cancel. We'll go. Oh, okay. So now here is. This is very hard to do one-handed. So now you have to stack those two on top of one another. And that will create this, and you decide how tall. Anyway, that's it in a nutshell. It gets a lot harder than that, obviously. We're discussing on it, obviously doing some form of a video on how we do this. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's what we got going on there. Dean, I'm looking for a 2-channel amp with built-in crossover, like 2x125 or so. Bobby. Rockford makes them. Morel makes them. That's thinner than a human hair. It is, I know. But it gets out of the way, and that's all that matters. So what's printing right now is this guy. So this is our USB-C piece. We're gonna see if this works. It's almost done. Got another 2 minutes. I made the top extra long for some silly reason. So see Alec on Instagram posted MTX signed up with a rep firm in Florida. They need to in Tennessee. Only MTX to Hey guys, what's up, Iowa Mike? Dean, thank you, bro, for the info. Much appreciated. I know it's not that simple. It isn't, but it is. We'll do some videos on it eventually. We're still playing with it, getting all the kinks out, because it's something we're debating on whether or not we're going to talk about in our class at Master Tech. So if we do, obviously it's got to be perfect. But yeah. Guess who got to have one of his Achilles tendons repaired yesterday?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right. Wait, that's not a Sequoia, it's a Tundra? It is a Tundra. Yep. Anyways, so that's what we got going on in the Bay today. Really, today's just been kind of getting all these little pieces and trinkets done, getting stuff set up, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, as exciting as it comes. Tomorrow we'll be a little bit further along so that we can give you a little bit more information about how things turned out. We'll have some speakers in. Sound treatment's already done on both. He's been waiting on me all day, so I've just been slow, I guess. I don't know. My allergies went crazy today. It's so weird. Zyrtec ain't working. I both repaired 10 days earlier, and one of the repairs failed. Oh, one of his repairs failed on his Achilles. One of the Achilles repairs failed, so they had to go back and restitch it.
Really?
Yeah.
See? That's just painful.
That sucks. Yeah. Ugh, yuck. Anyways, that's all we got for today. It is Tuesday, so I don't know what that means. But hey, it's Tuesday, so we're making forward progress throughout the week. I guess that's a good thing.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But hey.
It's Tuesday.
Where can I get an 8-pillar tweeter pod for a 02 Silverado? I guess as good as mine. Aldi Express? They got a lot of tweeter pods. Or, like I said, check out the... Is it speaker pods? Car stereo speaker pods? Or speaker pods? Dude, that guy's got everything. And I'm sure he's got those. So check him out. It's like car stereo speaker pods, something along those lines. He makes everything, and if he doesn't, you can probably just ask him, because like his library of products are just insane. So if he ain't got them, which I'm pretty sure he does, he'll probably make you some. So check him out. He's not, I just know him on here. I've talked to him a couple times. I've never used his stuff, but he's got everything. So give it a go. Yep. CustomSpeakerPods.com. Thank you, Frank. See, there you go. Guy's got everything, man, and they look nice. And you can get them in like different colors and stuff. So check them out. That's all I got. You guys have a great day. Fernando.
Yes.
Say bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, before you say bye.
Yes.
Give me a shout out.
Shout out, guys, shout out to Dean. You know,
Morel,
he's
just
been
give
putting
it to
all this
Morel.
work.
Just give
I
it.
don't know, man. He's awesome. You know, just give him a like and thumbs up.
Yeah, okay.
Make sure you follow him, you know. So no, hey, don't forget. This show is brought to you by MorelHiFi.com. That's right, MorelHiFi.com is the place that you can find so cool
Hybrid
speakers.
that don't fit in the doors of Hondas without heavy modification.
You can fit the hybrid in the Honda. Just a little bit of work.
A lot of work.
You can fit those beautiful hybrid speakers on the Honda.
That's no problem for you.
No, it's no problem for me. So
You'd make
bring
those
your
things
car
just-
in. We got you, bro. No worries. So make sure you go and hit Facebook, Morel America Inc. And here on Instagram, Morel_America.
Good job, Fernando.
Oh, thank you.
Bye. Bro, he's trying to get us DRM'd, bro. What the heck? In case you're wondering, there's a nice spot right here to bolt it to. Makes it real easy to service. Even though there is a convenient spot right here to come through the firewall, believe it or not, it's still way easier just to come through over here. I know. Do what you will. Do what you will. Good day, everyone. Welcome to Wired by 5 Star. Okay. Today, all this pretty red. This is the Toyota Tundra we started on Monday. It is done. It's ready to deliver. Just in case he's watching, I want him to see this so that he won't freak out. This was a piece that he wanted to install himself, and to be honest, it was way easier for us to do it. He was freaking out about it in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. It was just easier. We got it in. So if you're watching, there you go. Your piece is in, and the USB is hooked up. So life is good. Life is good. What I thought I'd show you today is a little bit about what's going on with the Blackbird and the Nighthawk, how this all kind of transpired. So let me get rid of the roller and grab a big knee thing because I'm old. And this side of the car, concrete, is really not fun knee on. Ow! Okay. All right, let's take a look at what we got. So this is the Nighthawk. This is running 2 JL subs in a stealth box behind the back seat. One of the things you should note about this amplifier is that switch right there, stereo load. If it's going to be 2 ohm or 1 ohm, make sure you flick it accordingly. And then that tells you that. So make sure you flick the switch, get that all the way it needs to be. All right. So right now I have the USB plugged in. This is powering all 6 front speakers. So this is K2s, tweeter, mid-range, mid-bass. We showed you the mid-bass on Monday and how it has to be off-center. And as you can see, it lines up perfect with the door. So there's that. But I kind of wanted to go over some of the software and some of the stuff that we've done with it in order to make it attractive. So the rears are also being powered. So let's take a look at the first thing, which is super bass. We talk about super bass all the time. And super bass is not for the subwoofer, it's actually for the mid-range. And mid-bass, sorry. And so you come over here into tools and you go to plot. Oh, we're going to come back to plot because plot's a fun tool. But we're going to come over to tools and we're going to go to mixer assist. And super bass is located right here. Okay? And what that means is that we have to route our front mid bass through there. So here's our front inputs. All these inputs here are front inputs. This is our tweeter, this is our mid-range, this is our mid bass. And so they're going to come through here and they're going to come out to our two mid bass channels and then off to here. If we come back in here and we turn this off and then we go back to our tools and we go to mixture assist, we'll see it's grayed out. Now super bass is off. You can still run it through it. It's just not going to do anything. We always run it through it just so it's set up and ready to go. And then we'll turn it back on because we like it. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It adds some mid bass. Now the other thing is this right here. This is the up mixer that we talk about. It's a left, center, right, and then left surround, right surround. We're using it for the surround for the rears. We're not using it if we don't have a center, so there's no reason to deal with these first three things. So this is our rear channels. So these two here, and they're going through this, and you're going to come down to here, and you're going to turn these two on. So this is going to give us rear surround. Now where that is located is if we come over here to the gear, and then onto the middle preset settings. And right here, it says up mixer, and it's already set for music, so all you have to do is enable it. So if you click this right here, go back to tools, go back to mixer, and you'll see it's grayed out now. And there again, you're gonna have it grayed out in the beginning because you can't use this to tune the car. So this is something you're gonna turn on after you're done with everything. So you'd already kicked out our stuff, so there's nothing going on. It doesn't tune well, especially when you're playing pink noise. All right, so let's turn that back on. Let's go back to tools. It's something you add after the fact, and there you go. There's our two channels. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to tune the car normally. So you're going to bypass. You're not even going to run through this. You're just going to pick your two random channels, probably these two or whatever, just to get rear sound out. You're going to tune the car, and then when you're done, you're going to go back and you're going to route it through this. You can use these top two inputs if you want. You just got to make sure that you put them to here. Otherwise, you'll get vocal and it'll sound weird. Okay, so that is mixer assist. Those are the two things that we're running in this vehicle to give it some fun and excitement. So up mixer and super bass. And super bass is located in the same pane as your crossovers, your delay, EQ, level, and then the last thing is, second to last thing is tone, and then remote. This is for we're using the LR1, and this is important. This page right here is also very important. So this tells you what channels the LR1 is going to control. So if you want to use that as a master volume, if you want it to control rear, whatever you want it to do, you have to tell it here. In this case, we want it to control our two subwoofer channels, so we've turned those on. The other thing too is this page. This is your last EQ. It's just called tone. And you'll notice down here across the bottom, it has very similar little check boxes. So for example, we're adding just a little bit, just 1 dB of 6,000 hertz, not even 0.4. And it's only on the tweeter and the mid-range. So it's just these two. Everything else is turned off. So if you wanted to add low shelf, just to add some more boom to it, you turn all these off and it'll just affect that sub-channel output. So if you want to make like a punch bass or anything like that, you just want more bass, this channel right here, tick off everything you don't want, and you're all set. Makes it really cool. Now, the one thing I want to talk to you about also is plot. So plot is really cool. We have all these things up here that we can turn on and off. All right, hang on. Right now they're all on because I was doing some checking. So we will adjust. Okay. Turn off equalizer. All right, so this green box here,
this is just giving us this line. And right now, everything is the same. So if we turn on crossover, it's going to give us crossovers. Now, if I check the green box here, okay, on the top, it just doesn't show me anything. But this allows me to go through and turn them on one at a time. So there's my tweeter. Turn that off. Here's my other tweeter. This allows me to make sure I have all my crossovers set appropriately. So I can go through. And then if I just want to see them all at once, I can do that. But the next thing we can do is, after we've done some level adjustments, is we can check our levels. You see here I have a little gain in the subwoofer. I have a little bit less in the mid-range. I have obviously some tweeter gain, because who doesn't want tweeter gain? And then I can turn on tone. Saw a little bit of bump there because I added that 0.4. And then EQ. So if we turn on EQ, and we turn, right now it's on single band. And what single band is going to do, which was very helpful, is it's going to find one band that is abnormal compared to the rest. And as it turned out, I had on my mid-bass, passenger mid-bass, I had one band that was at like a 10 dB boost. And I was like, what the frick? I don't know how it got there. Obviously, I did something. But I saw that. And so I was able to go in and remove it so that I didn't screw anything up. Now, if I turn off single band, now it's going to give me all the spaghetti models for all the equalization that I've done. So this would allow me to come in and just see, okay, so there's a mid-bass, there's another mid-bass. I can overlay the two and see where the differences are. I can come into my tweeters and I can see, what's going on between the difference of those. Clearly there's some kind of a problem in the car at roughly 8K that we had to fix. Or remove in this case. So I can look at all of these, and I can look for weird things like, did what's going on here? And that's purple, so that's I can turn all these off. I can come back here and I can say, oh no, that just looks normal now. What is that? Oh, okay, that's fine, just turn it back on. But this allows me to look at all these things and check to see if I've done anything stupid or just whatever. Up right here you can see we're at a little bit of bump. So these are just helpful to have in your DSP software, and not every DSP software has those. This is obviously the Arc Audio DNA software, which just got a huge update, by the way, and I'm not using that one yet because it's a huge update, and I don't want to dig through it at the moment. So, the other thing too, now I'm gonna call out someone here very specifically, because he has these same two amplifiers in his car, and he hasn't taken the 2 seconds it takes to remove 3 screws in order to fix something that, in my world, drives me absolutely batshit crazy. And that's you, Chris Vera. You need to fix this, because it's just not good. It's not good, and that is. If you'll notice, both of these amplifiers, the Arc Audio is going the same direction. Nighthawk, Blackbird. In order to flip this, I just need to remove these 3 screws. I can slide this little tiny centerpiece, comes right out. You just turn it around, you slide it back in, you put these 3 screws back in. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And look how much nicer that looks with the logos matching. Like, who doesn't like logos that match? They're fantastic. You can shut it off now. You gotta flip them, Chris. You gotta flip them. It's just too much for me. Yeah, that's definitely. It's just ridiculous. Are you guys testing any new tools that are not on DNF Tool Drawer? Actually, yeah. And Sue and I were talking about this last night, because I need to take like a day and just go through and add a bunch of new tools onto there that we've been playing with. One of my favorite new tools, and this has taken me years to find this tool, is pardon me, I feel like crap right now, guys. Is this thing right here. Okay, this crazy surgical looking thing that is just so awesome. And I know some of you guys are going, I have no idea what this is. And why would you? Because it's like the dumbest thing ever. This tool, for those of you who don't know, is for these stupid Molex connectors here. And this is an actual Molex connector. This tool, okay, we'll try to see how it has those two little, and then it has this center pin, okay, and that center pin is what is controlled by this, okay. I keep saying okay. So you put it in like this, okay. I don't know why I keep saying okay. I feel like the teacher from push it, and then you just press that down like that, and this is glued in, which isn't going to help. But anyways, it'll pop that out. Let me grab one that isn't glued in. Okay, I don't have one that isn't glued in. That's funny. So, anyways, it's like I've had so many of these tools. Actually, you know what? Now that I've done that, I can't reuse this, so let's just pull the glue off. Wow, they really glued the crap out of this. Alright, let me do the red one. We'll just get both of them out. Okay, you can do it. You can see. Use your old man eyes. Okay, there we go. Man, they really glued these in good. Okay, so you don't have to worry about your Arc Audio RCAs pulling out. Anyways, what that does is it makes it easy to get these out. There we go. I should just pin the whole thing just to show how magically delicious it is. Alright, so there's that. There's that. Anyone who's ever tried to do one of these knows how difficult it is to get these stupid things out. Like, they suck. And so the teeth are pushing it, and then the pin just go. Look at that, boom, all of them, that quick. Oh, so awesome, so awesome. So yeah, I just depinned the whole thing. Wow, boom. Okay. So this is one of my new happy tools. So the Sony CDX C90 had a copper chassis. Did it really work? And if so, are there any current head units that use them? Currently, there are no chassis made out of copper. I think it worked. However, the cost to do it in today's world would be super expensive. So what I think they've probably done is they've encapsulated the chips more so in the copper than they do the whole case like they used to do, just because now they have much better technology than we did in the past. What's up, Johnny? No, I will get this up on DNF Tool Drawer hopefully this weekend. I got to kind of go through the whole store because we've got so much stuff that we've been using, and we got an update on. We're really excited about this. So Fernando left one of these lights dangling from the bottom of a car, which just goes to tell you the magnets on these are phenomenal. Like, it's like 3 times now he's done that. However, I finally got tired. So here's the screwed up story. So it was an F-250 Harley Davidson. The truck got stolen, okay, with our light in it. He got the truck back, which means we got the light back, but it took like 2 months. In the meantime, I bought another one, okay? And so the problem that we have is this. Okay, the original version, Jesus, it's okay. It's kind of, that's what happens when you're sick. The new one is fixed, and it's cheaper. How cool is that? So, even though I'm sad because I went and bought a new one and we got ours back, which is fantastic, the new one is so much cooler. So, I feel I put an air tag on them. We've been thinking, honestly, we were thinking about putting air tags on them.
Well, what they don't know is like actually put a GPS tracker on the light. So that's what they,
So what'll probably happen is I'll task Fernando with sitting at home on Fusion and and drawing something so that we can put an air tag on them.
Oh, okay. Where? In there?
Yeah, like on the handle itself. So on
we knew where we left the light.
Yeah, we know where it was.
It's like, hey, I know where is the light. It's in the car.
Yeah.
Like they just left right now.
Yeah, they stole the car.
We call the customer and say, hey, I forgot my light in your car, and say, yeah, I'll bring it back tomorrow.
This guy tool checklist when you finish a project, bro. Please. Nobody checks their tools.
But we're not smart in here.
DN epicenter, source to DSP to epicenter, then amp. Source, DSP, epicenter, amp. That's how I like to do it, yes. And I use the crossover on the amplifier, not the DSP, so that I can get the full signal out through the epicenter. It does just make things easier. Now, if you have... Yeah, just do it that way. It makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Bro, I fell asleep last night with my nose was just leaking, so I just plugged it. I woke up this morning, I had a snot bullet stuck in my nose.
Oh.
I was like, oh, gross. Just get a magnet to put around the car that says, did you check the car for tools?
Nah. It's just, dude, sometimes you just move in there.
It's just one of those things. Like, I know there's another, let's see, we looked for this one the other day. We were like, dude, where the hell's the light? Where's the hell's the light? And it was just sitting here.
Just misplaced.
I mean, look, as much as I'd love to say we would do something like that, the reality is that sometimes, like, we'll do that, we'll check the tools. Other times, you're just happy to get the car out of the bay like this. I'm just happy to get this out of here.
Yeah.
And get all his stuff back in. I feel that's more important.
That's important.
But no, so we're pretty excited to be done with this. I mean, my laptop is over here on fire because I left my DMRTA going. And God forbid they actually post an update for this thing so that it would stop doing that. You're never going to do that. There we go. Oh, my laptop can go to sleep. Bread idea, put everything in a retractable string that goes back to the tool bucket. Bro, Johnny's on fire today, man. Johnny pops out of nowhere and he's like, bro, put a string on it, put it, yeah, okay. So one of the funny things about this truck, so this is the first truck that we've done that took advantage of all the mediums that we have access to. And if you're, my hair is doing some strange stuff today because I went back to sleep after I woke up, so I have like couch head. I feel like crap, I really do. But that doesn't matter. We don't get to do that. We're guys, so we have to just trudge through and fall on our face and die. So we used all three of our mediums in this installation. So first off, we got to use the new router table, which apparently is Fernando's new bench. Don't leave your butt plug in because that'll hurt. So we got to use this, which was nice because it allowed us to see if the two router stations were going to work. Meaning this always has a 4-bearing flush trim in it, which is really cool. But this one, that doesn't get used all that often, that's why we decided to try this, was put to task in that I used 4 different router bits to make the brackets for the doors in this because they're big and thick, and it just made sense to build them because I can build them way quicker than any other medium I can use. And cost-wise, you got to remember cost is important too. So making them out of blown PVC is definitely the most cost-effective, fastest way to build them. So this got the doors done. And then for the tweeters, we started out with the laser and we got the bracketry made for the tweeter to figure out what it needed. And then that got printed on the 3D printer. The 2.5s were done on the laser because that made the most sense. Definitely more rigid, precision that we needed there. The GPS antenna got 3D printed, which is cool. And of course this got done on the table saw like it normally would. But every piece, and then the one piece that we didn't really talk about that that we've been screwing with these things forever. And we finally got it to where it works. Is this little nugget right here? Okay. So this is a Kenwood USB-C adapter for the micro hole in the Toyota. So this is designed to snap into place. You have to feed the USB-C through it first, which is a pain. That's why it's square on the back and round there. So I got one of these. This is the first car to get one of these. Fernando's been working on this for a while. So
you make it faster.
But I made it faster. I made it in like 20 minutes. Because I don't use Fusion. But it went through a couple iterations. Like Fernando made this one, which I kind of like. And I'm going to probably explore this one because this one has a pocket. And I want a pocket so I can put a piece of acrylic in it. But in order to do that, you got to print it like this. So I don't know. We're going to work on it, come up with some plans. But this truck got all the new stuff, all the bells and whistles, all the tools that we have in the install bay. And the thing is like everything could have been done on the laser, realistically.
Yeah.
And would have been way faster. I'm not gonna lie. Like the laser is so much faster. Oh my god. But we also, once we had the parts made and I just have to hit print, I can go do something else and I don't have to think about it. And the finished product is kind of cool. I'm sure once the newness wears off. But the goal is always to figure out which one of these products, or tools I should say, does a task better and just let it do that task. Because there's some things that the laser will just do better than the 3D printer. And there's some things the 3D printer, they'll have a better product. And of course, the old faithful router is going to be hard to move past, because even at the end of the day, it does things that these things just take too long to do.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I need to take a nap. So, anyways. No, you're suffering through it because your sensitive little self can't take medicine. No, I take medicine. I took medicine. I take all kinds of medicine. Dude, I'm on meds. I'm medicated heavily. I need to take some Tylenol. I haven't taken that yet today.
Come on, man. You gotta take medicine.
I took medicine this morning. I always take medicine. Both prescribed and unprescribed. Whatever it takes, baby. Dean calls Fernando at 1 a.m. Do you know where your light is at this time of night? Like the old PSAs knowing where your kids are. It's 8 o'clock. Do you know what your children are watching? I think it was either 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I hated that commercial because that was cue to go to bed. Oh, yeah, dude. And in Michigan, where I'm from, it didn't get dark until like 10:30. The girls didn't believe me until we were up there one summer. And Haley was like, my God, is it ever going to get dark? I want to go to bed. And I'm like, bro, 10:30. She's like, this is unbelievable. And I said, imagine being a kid and it's 8 o'clock at night and your mom, because she's had enough of everybody's shit, just wants time to herself because she's a single parent of 3 and just like, everyone needs to go to bed so I don't kill you. And you got to go to bed at 8 o'clock and the lights are still on outside. And you're going, this sucks, bro. How come
4 in the afternoon? Why would I want to go to bed?
Yeah. That was my childhood. That's probably why I don't understand how to go to bed at night. Because I had it, it's got to be it. I blame my mom. It's always mom's fault, right?
It's always the parents.
It's always the parents. Those just, they're terrible. Dean, it looks like I'm getting into the DSP game. Friends of mine is getting the D4S 68 DSP 6 to 8. That's fantastic. That's the down for sound. They use we call it the Chinese software. It's not bad, okay? Just if you associate bad with Chinese stuff, then we just call it the Chinese software, okay? Because it's very saying universal doesn't really cover it, but it uses a very universal software that makes everyone feel better. It's fantastic stuff. It's easier to use. Easy is a relative term. I totally understand that. It's good solid software. Okay, so
There are things it can and can't do, like some of the stuff at the opening of the show that I showed you. It's not going to have any of that stuff. That's all premium type stuff. And it's almost nice to use software like that from the get-go, because it's when you do get a chance to use like really sophisticated DSP software, you never want to go back to basic DSP software ever again.
Or it can have the opposite. That you're never gonna touch it.
Or you never want to touch very advanced DSP.
This is all crazy. No.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is all AI.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
do that.
Okay, it's solid. This is all AI. It's not what you need for congestion. Oh, I had it in Vegas. Yes, Lance, we know, and it's all your fault, Lance.
You need vapor rub.
I need a vapor rub?
Yeah.
No, I need a pillow.
No, dude, the Spanish people just vapor rub on everything.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah, I know. We did the same thing, man.
You got your finger, just put vapor rub.
Windex. Yeah, put Windex on it. Oh my god.
I mean, that's it. That's how I get.
Wake me when this is over.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry about that. Sophisticated DSP software, what's that? Oh, I don't know. It's something with phantom channels, which is a cool name of just saying automatic left, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it sounds better. When
it does sound better when you say stuff like
phantom
that.
Channels.
Yeah. Meaning
Ooh, do you have phantom channels?
if I click 3 buttons, I do.
Wow.
I guess you just need to make a short keyboard shortcut.
They do.
That's what they do. They just need to make a keyboard shortcut.
Everybody has it.
Dude, you know, okay, you know how to
Fusion has it.
Dude, I know how Arc could make phantom channels for equalization on their software. It would take them like a day. I'm not even gonna say it. I'll let Brad know later. No. It's even sillier than that.
Okay.
But no, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah. Okay. Is that the same Tundra getting Morels from the other? It did not get Morels. It actually got
No,
Focals.
this is a different Tundra.
Did we do one with Morels the other day?
I mean, we done.
I don't know. No, this one got K2s. But Morel brings the show to you. Morel makes this show possible.
That is correct. If you want
a
three-way...
Hold on. Let me just flip this around. All right. Let me stage this just right.
All right, guys. So, if you want Morel 3-way set from the top of the line, the Elates, that they sound amazing. They also make a 9-inch. So if you're willing to go that crazy mid bass, go to morelhifi.com. Check one of those 9-inch speakers, but also you can check a 3-way affordable 3-way set speaker from the Maximo line. It's all there. Go to morelhifi.com. That's the place that you can find different type of 3-way sets and subwoofers like the Shallow that he just showed you.
Yeah.
And Class AB amplifiers. Exactly. Morel makes Class AB amplifiers. Go check them out. You want to see some pictures? Go here in Morel_America in Instagram, or go to Facebook and like the page Morel America Inc. And here we go. That's it. Okay, just.
No. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I was reading this question. It says, I have a 2017 Accord with Moscone 530 Pro. Speakers sound loud, then quiet. Shop says it's got something to do with voltage dropping. Any ideas? I mean, that's an easy enough thing to check. First things first, you got to make sure that you have load resistors on the amplifier. That's between the factory radio and the aftermarket amplifier. LGD greens, which are 20s from audio control, is a must-have between the factory radio and the input of the amplifier. However, because that doesn't have load resistors built into it, because it's not a DSP amp. Secondly, if they're saying it's a voltage issue, go to the cheap tool store, buy a $30 voltmeter, okay, and put it on the input of the amplifier and see what the voltage is. Drive around with the meter, see what the voltage is. Then you'll be able to tell when it gets quiet. Is it because you're running out of voltage? Now, to be fair, Hondas typically don't put out any voltage at below 45 miles an hour. The alternator typically doesn't do anything. Not all, but most. that would mean as you go faster, it would get louder. Now, the other thing, too, brings up another option is in the radio settings, you do have speed control volume. However, if you're sitting still and it starts out really loud and then it gets quiet, that should be easy enough to see with a standard digital multimeter set to DC, is if the voltage starts out really high and then get low, but then it would just stay low for the rest of the time until it went back up above. So regardless of all of the hypothesis that I just put out there, the easiest thing for you to do, check it yourself, is get a voltmeter. You can pick them up at the cheap tool store for anywhere between $35 to $50. Plug it in. It's got a red lead, it's got a black lead. Match them up to your outputs of your amplifier, or your input power leads on your amplifier. Make them longer if you need to, so you can see it up front and see what the hell is going on. If they're saying it's a voltage thing, then look at the voltage. You know, anything is possible. The power plug has the high input wires on it, so I can repin it to remove speakers into just leave the power source wires correct. I mean, if you're talking about kicker, I don't touch kicker harnesses because they're just OEM sound leveler. And that was the other thing, like Jeff was saying, is that if it has the OEM accelerated sound thingy, make sure that's turned off. I have a Helix DSP Mini with the Moscone. Oh. Well, that should have a speaker simulator built into it. Or load. So you shouldn't need the load. I think a DSP Mini has a load built into it.
I think so.
I feel like it does.
I mean, you can ask
Jeff.
You can ask.
I think it does. I mean, why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know? But still, if they're saying it's voltmeter, you could see that.
Yeah.
You know? So. Yes, it does.
There
See?
you go, see?
So I would just grab a voltmeter and see what's going on. You know? Because that seems like the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. It's crazy, but sometimes, if the ground is like loose.
Yeah. So the other thing is, this would be really silly. Let's say he's got passive speakers with passive crossovers.
Mm-hmm.
If you have speakers with passive crossovers, not saying you do, but here's some. A lot of passive crossovers have thermal breakpoints built into them. And when you play it really loud for a short period of time, the thermal breaker will trip and reduce the volume of the speaker 6 dB, which would cause it to get quieter. And then you turn the volume down, it'd cool off, the circuit would be back and be loud again. And then it would play loud until the thermal breaker inside of it said, I've had enough. And then it would cut the volume 6 dB. It's a little tiny flat M&M looking thing with two wires, usually yellow or brownish, and it's literally just a thermal breaker that basically it was designed to replace the light bulb. But that's what happens. What's up, Weber fan?
What's up, man? How are you?
I do have Focal flax. I don't know if the flax put it in their crossovers or not. I don't think so. Is his high volume going up and down while he's driving or sitting still? And there again.
There you go.
On the DS4. Bobby, I've never actually held the DS4. I've just looked at the software on the internet.
What is the DS4?
Down for sound. I have no idea.
Yeah.
How do you guys like the Epic Series amps? I saw it on your YouTube channel. It's a great price point amplifier.
They do the power they said.
You know, so if you're looking for something, very budget friendly,
yeah.
You have that. And you have the Altitude. They're very nice. Look at Lance. Yes, the Helix does. Any thoughts on the new JBL Legend 700 radio? I have a customer interested, but at the price point, is it worth it? I mean, I've seen it. I haven't dug deep into it. I don't really know. I mean, listen, I got enough radios in my world. I really don't need another one. That's kind of where I'm at on that. Nothing against anyone coming out with a radio, but I feel like there's enough. Yeah. Enough is enough. The other thing too is, personally, I feel like if you have a brand that you support, like we do a lot of Kenwood. Obviously, we talk about Kenwood a lot. We also sell Pioneer, Sony, and Alpine. The two most popular brands in this store are definitely Kenwood and Sony. I don't want to bring in another product just because a customer's like, oh, I really want this. How does he know? He doesn't know. Oh, I read I read the specs. Okay, well, go read the specs on all of these and point out 10 different things, you know? Like...
Whatever you read on the internet is true.
It's 100% true. So, excellent video this morning. Thank you. I honestly don't remember editing it last night. So, if I did it again... No, I don't remember doing
totally in like a zombie mode.
I was totally ready to go to bed. I called the shop 3 times to get a quote on extensive install. And?
Yes, I'm so sorry. You
I mean,
just gotta keep...
I mean, the reality is this. Paul... Okay. Let's build the... Just for... If you don't know. This is the install bay.
No way.
This is not part of the retail store. There's no phone lines here. There's no nothing. So whatever happens over there, we have no idea what's going on over here. So if you called 3 times, I'm sorry. Me calling you back, which is usually what will happen, and I probably will at some point. For 1, I have to be here. 2, I have to be over there, which means I can't be here. Customers that walk in the door always take priority over somebody on the phone. It's nothing personal. It's just how it is. I only have so much time during the day that I can stop what I'm doing in the install bay and go over there. Now, you might be saying, well, you're doing this. You could be calling me back. This is a lot of time that we put in the day in order to do our jobs. It's just part of what it is. Like, we're hitting our limit.
This is part of the job.
This is just part of the job. Now, I could hang this up and I could walk over there and ask Paul. The other thing I have to say is that Paul sometimes will see something and go, yeah, I don't want any part of that. And he's just really bad about telling you sorry, but sorry, but not sorry. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I just know that sometimes it takes me a while to get back to people for whatever reason, whether we're here, we're not here. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just telling you how it works.
Now, the other thing that you can do is actually email 5starcarstereo.com.
That's very helpful, too.
And explain everything.
Yes.
What are you trying to do if you already have equipment?
Because you got to understand, you're not the only...
So it is
you're not the only guy that is called.
Yes.
You know,
and we're sorry. We're sorry about that.
So website for RTS says Android not supported currently. Okay, that's Sue trying to not be.
Stop doing this and
go back to work. I'll give you the access code. You can type it in there. I'll just stop what I'm doing and go fix that right now. Everybody knows you can use an IRTA with Android. It says stopping by sometime soon. No. We did talk to him the other day because we were on the same flight, but. Never got a return call. I said, okay. Thank you for the input. Love the videos. You're welcome. I'm willing to pay for consult. Everyone says that. It's not part of that, okay? There again, I'll get back to you at some point. It's just really what it is. I mean, it's only so many hours in a day. Email Paul is best. Yes, Bobby knows, because Bobby always tell Paul you're ready to do the deposit over the phone. Usually works for me. Not always. You'd be surprised. Are the news in Vegas any good? I don't know. We got to get John on and have him tell us all about him. I know he wants to, so we'll definitely do that. Yeah, Paul's really good about returning emails. I'm giving you a hard time, Sue.
Always.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Like 20 plus years.
It's 30.
Doing it.
It's 30 plus years.
30 plus years. That's what I say.
It'd be 30 plus years on tax
You're doing
day.
a hard time.
I know.
Come on.
All right. Listen, guys, we got to get back to work. That's what's happening in the Toyota. You guys have a wonderful day. Email us. You know who you are. Email us, and we'll get through it a lot faster. That's it. It's fun. Tonight is Thursday. Today's Thursday, but tonight is go to Starbucks and get medicine balls. I don't even know what that is.
Can I get the balls?
Yeah, just balls on your chin. Today is Thursday, so make sure to tune in to High Five Vegas tonight, where you can see me pass out live in front of a crowd as I fall asleep. You guys have a great day. Bye. It's going to screw up my edit.
Why?
Well, because it'll be backwards and I won't realize it because I'm not in the shot. So now I'll be like, oh, I'm in the shot. Anytime I'm in the shot, I know I have to cut it and flip it. Because if you've ever watched the rebroadcast, it's always the right orientation. Because I take the time to fix it. And I know what you're thinking. Why are we wearing hats? Like, what is going on here? Like, it's been one of those days where we thought, you know what we should do today, Fernando? Like, you're looking kind of peaked.
It's a hot day.
Sunshine would do you so good. Get out, get some vitamin D. You know, it's still only like 78 out. You know,
Yeah.
so it's not like crazy.
Now it's 79.
All right, so check this out. I want to show you guys a feature built into trucker hats too. Yeah, this is a Rockford. This is my emergency sunshine hat, because everyone needs a Rockford emergency sun. That's why it's red. Channels my inner rage because I'm upset. He's got a Morel hat on. I keep my Morel hat in my car, so when I'm cruising around old guy style with the top down, I'm rocking my gray Morel hat that they had made just for me. Okay, so check this out.
Yeah.
This is a Dodge Ram. It's an older Dodge Ram, and we did an iData kit.
Yeah.
And what that means for you and me is this feature right here. See that? That's a check engine light.
Yes.
All right. Now, we've often talked about cool features such as being able to do check engine, and today we ran into that problem because vehicle information, it kept going to this. No matter what we did, this screen would come on.
Oh, change the car.
And we're like, what the frick? Oh yeah, check this out. Didn't even know you could do that.
Me neither.
Like,
That's
found
what I say.
that by accident. Anyways,
I was just like,
yeah, I know.
good.
Yeah, you were complaining about that. What's up, Bobby? Anyways, as you'll notice, this is yellow. All right, which is why is it yellow? So anytime your check engine light or tire or any warning comes on, this will automatically override everything. Do me a favor, put your hand like right there. Yeah, perfect. Yep, right there. All right, so now if I touch it, there it is.
So
Those
you go closer. That's
I know.
Hey.
So those are the two check engine codes that this has active DTC list. So he can Google those. And it'll tell him what it is, or he can hit reset, which we're not going to do because there you go, perfect, because that's his problem, not ours. But the one thing that is right here, malfunction alert. So if you're just going to drive around all day long with like bad TPS sensors or bad sensors, then you need to come in and turn off the notification. Okay. Otherwise, every time the car. Every 5 seconds, it's constantly going to keep pulling that screen up saying, hey, there's something wrong. Hey, by the way, there's something wrong. By the way, there's something wrong. Or machine gun Spanish like that, which is, hey, there's something wrong. See? Blah, 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 something wrong. So anyways, there you go. That's important. So that'll now not bug us every 5 seconds of our lives. We can just go back to a regular program. So that is just one of those things. So as we talked about many times, your RR is a code reader and a resetter. So we could hit reset and we could wipe the codes, but not me. That's his problem. Nope. Leaving it on until my woman takes the car in to get it fixed.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we need.
All right, so what's going on with audio systems and Weber fan? Paul, you can call the guy. The car's ready. So, Junior's just having fun over there. Javier Gutierrez. I just love the way that rolls off my tongue. I don't know why. I just think it sounds like
Gutierrez.
Yeah, Gutierrez. That's the only reason I can remember his name, because I like the way it sounds.
Okay.
Because I would just always call him Junior. But,
Yes.
But then then like Angel calls him Javi.
Oh really?
Yeah. Angel always calls him Javi, and I'm like, okay, you guys are really pushing it. Can we go with Junior or Javier? I mean, let's pick one. Come on. I will be in MasterTech Expo. Oh, breaking news.
Boom.
Very good. All right.
Boom.
I feel better now.
I say boom.
I don't. Good for you. Okay. There will be a lot of booms going on at MasterTech. Okay, a lot of booms and
Boom.
Pretty solid workflows.
What do you think about that?
And what do you think about that?
Boom.
Pretty solid, right? Yeah. There'll be a lot boom, and there'll be like fireworks going off left and right. I mean, our class alone.
Oh, boom.
Will be boom.
What do you think about that?
Oh, constantly. I expect you to just say that nonstop. You're going to be like my little Wayne over in the corner. I'll get you a yellow towel, and you can just go.
And then I'm going to have a microphone, right?
Yeah,
So
and you can just go, boom! And I'll be like, that. Because we're going to be popping them off like fireworks in a Chinese New Year, man.
Yeah.
This stuff is going to be lit. What?
Are you doing it?
I was doing, yeah.
Dude, I'm like, who's knocking the truck? Just stop.
Hell yeah. Oh, another thing. Bobby, you're going to love this. because this is a Ram. His Bobby loves Rams. Oh, I put all the crap on it, but dude. So this got the Kicker Camelback box. Fit in here really nice. There is no room behind it though, so like you got to go under the seats, which we did. But this does have. Let me walk around to the other side, because you can see there's the trash. Apparently it's dueling banjos with Spanish on the phone today, because we got the hair lady here and we got the nail lady, hair guy, and they're just there we go. So that's it. Look at that. Fits like a champ. The Camelback Ram. Got the grills. Nice. So nice. It sounds great too, but yeah, there's not a lot of room here. So you could do an amp, but it'd have to be like left and right side. We ended up going with a 901.5 up underneath the seat, and then we made a bracket that sat on top of the bolts. A little something different there, but that fit good. Okay. A lot of anger going on. There's some people getting yelled at right now. Just railing them in Spanish, bro. Okay, let's take this off. So, what's going on, everyone? Hello. Okay, let's just zoom through this real quick. Nope, leaving it. Okay, big win. You need to fix it yourself. But nope, forget that. Paying somebody else. Nice hat, thank you. Sage is full of talent, so definitely going to be fun. Oh yeah. Can't work on these newer cars. You ought to. I don't want to work on these newer cars. Happy Valentine's Day, fellas. I was sick for Christmas. Decided I missed being sick. Thought I'd get sick today too. I understand. I totally can relate. I can totally relate. It will be fun. It's always Kaz. What's up, Kaz? Only by 2017 and older. Entire house is sick. Going to be a great weekend. Sounds like a good weekend. All right, let's keep going here. That's just a regular. Okay. All right. So we're caught up. All right. Cool. So a couple things that would happen in the install bay in the last couple days, which are nice. First things first. We got the X tool unpacked, and it is sitting here temporarily. We haven't turned it on yet because we have to fill the coolant container. There's a coolant container back here. And no, I'm gonna buy it tonight.
What the heck?
Dude, relax. Like we were gonna have time today. So anyways, this is it's gonna start doing stuff. I got the bed, the lasered bed, the small particle bed. So that's nice. Some of the things that we figured out is obviously it sticks out a lot more than the Glowforge, even though it's not really any bigger than the Glowforge. It's like this much more bed. This whole apparatus is so that you can adjust it down and do taller things, which will be nice because like we could do the tops amplifiers now and stuff like that, which is really cool. The vent out the back is smaller than the Glowforge, but it comes out so it's easy to clean. So this will actually be able to go back a couple more inches. But what we're going to do is Home Depot sells a 30-inch countertop. So very similar to the router stand. So it's basically the same thickness here, but 30 inches. And so we're going to pick one of those up. I'll stain or lacquer it like this. And that way we can move this here, switch them basically, and then attach that to the wall so that this can hang out over it and look fine. So that's the plan we just decided on today. So that might still change, but that's where we're at on that. That table's sitting right there because we worked outside all day. The other thing we did today was this. So one of the things is that this bit, it doesn't go, it's a long bit. It's made to be long. And so it sticks up like this. And one of the problems we ran into in the past is that when you're cleaning this and you go over it, if you're not paying attention, you can break it. And that would be why this cool piece is a $100 set of bearings.
Who broke it?
Jesus broke it. So I was sitting there and I was going, man, I have this cool idea. Even though this looks like an air hockey thing, and it's red because we have red filament in there. And I go, dude, I bet you I can make something like this in about 5 minutes. And so this is designed, it uses these same, and then it lines up, and then it sticks. Well, yeah, obviously, if you're gonna be a dork.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like right now, it doesn't happen. You see that? There you go.
Anyways, so this was the first one. And like an idiot, I used CA glue, and CA glue just turns everything white and is nasty. So, anyway, sorry about that. So this one is going to go in the trash can. But if we go follow this, like we can actually walk up front here, and we can check progress on the next one we're printing. This one will have a 5-star logo on the top of it. So that's pretty cool. And then this cabinet goes here. So we cleaned out, so we got our cabinets done. We got our 2 boxes mounted on the wall up here. These are the MTI boxes we use for taking pictures and stuff. Like if we need something pretty. Some other empty box. These are all just empty. That's the Morel box. And they're out of business. So, but it's an F-150 box that won't fit in an F-150, and you need 4 8s. But if you're local and you want it, I tell you what, you can come get it, because it's going in the trash can. I'm not shipping it anywhere, because I don't want to spend the money. But, yeah. Yeah, I could knock those pegs out and make longer pegs, for sure. I mean, those actually just pop right out. They're not glued in the newer ones. I adjusted the hole size so they just squeeze in. So I could print, if I wanted to tomorrow, I could print longer pegs for sure. It's no big deal. These, like I said, these are just friction fit in there. So they actually just click, click, click. So you can hear the click. So I could print longer ones if I wanted to, which I probably will now that Fernando's beating it with the frickin' duster. So
Well, I mean, that's what we need to do.
yes, it is a frost box. Yeah, I know. We've had it this whole time, and it needs to go bye-bye. So I'm not shipping it at all. I don't have the box, the patience. It's not worth it to ship it.
Can you really hear the difference between a top tier and second tier SQ amplifiers from the same company? I really can't.
Is that what he said? He really can't?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could. I honestly don't know if I could.
Like a really good.
So we're talking like a 1 versus a Pro?
Yeah.
I mean, I think a Pro 430, I could probably tell the difference between that and something, because it's a different animal.
Yeah.
You know, it's an it's an AAB amplifier. So, this is one of those things where people are going to debate it. I don't know if I can hear that well. I know I can't right now. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why people buy really expensive amplifiers. That's for sure.
I'm trying to be like Oscar. Weaver fan.
What?
I'm trying to be like Oscar.
Oh, wear sunglasses?
All the time.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I mean, I think some people can. Look at Paul. No, it's going in no, sorry. It's going in the trash. After you just discounted the shit out of the last box you bought from me. I should tax on. It's a collector's item. It's one of a kind. Yeah. Anyways. Hey there. I got my key tag today. Oh, very nice.
Fantastic. If you want a key tag, please go to DNF tool drawer and pick one.
Yeah, we'll be in Dallas, Weber fan. Yeah, we'll be in Dallas. So I still don't know where, but we get in March 7th at about 9 o'clock, and then we're there till Monday morning. We leave. We get back here about 2, so I think we leave there at about 7, because that just made the most sense. But yeah, Sunday night we'll be done with all our nonsense. What was I doing? There was something else I was walking over here for. Oh. Just grabbing one of these. Boom. Do you have yours?
Boom.
Ooh. Boom.
Boom. What do you think about
On to the next one. Do you have it? If you want one, DNF Tool Drawer, $10 shipped. $10 shipped. While supplies last.
it? Boom. What
Boom.
do you think about that?
I think it's a bargain. It's a bargain for you.
Yeah. You got mine. Perfect.
I will pay you for your signature. Whatever. Have you guys messed with the Glade Zeta or Sigma stuff yet? Not yet. Actually, we're supposed to be getting some here very soon. But I'm not holding my breath.
I don't think so.
I know. Things came up. Stuff always comes up.
On?
I don't know. He said, sorry, Paul, I had to cancel my... That's all right. Nice. I don't know what you're talking about. That? No clue. That's not an Arc audio amp.
What?
I don't know. I'm seeing things.
What?
Yeah, they're seeing things.
No, it's a reflection of
There's the
lights.
purple. That's about it. Nothing to see here. Want to have the Men in Black thing? You could be Will Smith. Need a light bulb that just flashes.
Yeah.
Everyone forgot what they were looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys didn't see nothing.
Please, look over here.
I got nothing. Here. I do need new glasses. That must be it. See? Fernando.
Yes.
Turn your hat around. No, not your head. Turn the hat around.
I'm sorry. Hey guys, if it's sunny outside, you should get a hat because it's sunny. But where you should go is go to MorelHiFi.com. Right there. You see that? Morel. They have cool stuff. Natasha's always, sending us cool stuff. But go to MorelHiFi.com and pick yourself a really nice set of speakers, amplifiers. Oh, a nice
Subwoofer.
shallow mount subwoofer. Exactly. MorelHiFi.com. That's the place that you can find that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The box is the box from the X Tools. I got to take it home and put it in the attic in case the.
What about if we put like 412s in here?
No, that's all that. It's just a P2S, just in case anybody was wondering. So you have the P1S printers and the P2S laser. Did that occur to you?
No? Wow.
Yeah. I figured that out yesterday. I was like, okay.
We
A lot
are
of
the
that's
Ps.
why I was like a lot of PS going
A
on.
lot of PS, people.
A lot of PS. As far as, do you have a solution for aftermarket stereo in an 02 Toyota Highlander or 2022? That's gonna be Metra and IData, I believe. I would check to see if Metra makes a dash kit. MetraOnline.com. That's MetraOnline.com, and then head over to IData to see if they make the harness, regardless of whether anybody else
Data
makes the
Maestro.
harness. Yeah, Maestro.com, IDataMaestro.com. That's where you want to be. Now, if you're looking for something like if it has an 8-inch screen, looking for an 8-inch screen replacement, the new Kenwoods will not go into that one at launch. That's going to be a phase 2. Toyota's phase 2.
Phase 2.
Toyota's phase 2 for the perfect fit. The S8 and FL kits. So phase 1 is GM and Dodge and Ford
Phase 2?
and Infiniti and Nissan, which is weird, right? Infiniti
No, but
and
it
Nissan?
makes sense because
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, who gives Nissan love? Nobody.
that's why.
I know.
It's like, here we
Sure,
go.
yeah.
See, we care about you. All the Nissan.
I
all
think
the
I think it was
Infiniti
just the
people.
last interface they were working on, and they were like, "Let's just go all the way with it."
No, because they are the perfect
We
example.
gotta circle
of
back
what to
around
do.
on all these other ones. That seems like way too much work. Yeah. So today is Friday. If you missed the news, we did news at 9:00. Make sure to check that out. It was a great little news show.
Where?
Phase 2, gotcha. Yep. Phase 3. We had a list at one point that told us like what was going on. Phase 2, Phase 3. I don't remember what Phase 3 was. Honda and Toyota were Phase 2. So and there's no like ETA. Kicker LX amps.
You got one?
Yeah, I got a Kicker.
Where?
I got it's right over there. It's behind the Metro box. That's, by the way, that's your Metro stuff that we ordered for the install bay. Paul dropped it off. Tons of Ultimas on the road. Yeah, listen, Sue drives a Rogue, so I mean,
I think so.
It's okay. I get it. It's just, this is the remote turn-on wire that you ordered.
2011.
What about it? Like what?
What do you need to do to install 6x8s in all doors? Bro.
I'm having a really hard time over here. Stuff is just flying off the shelves. Buy a 6x8.
No, you don't need to do nothing. Just make sure you grab shallow, not like a crazy 6x8s.
Get some kickers.
Yeah.
Kickers, KS. All the way. Kicker KS, Rockford Primes.
Yeah.
Some Centos. Focal Integrace. Whatever. Focal integration. Really nice. Auditor, if you want to go even like more reasonable. Auditors would be nice. Mm-hmm. Have that super bright tweeter. Yeah. Oh, we got to put that stuff in the truck. See, I put all the stuff in a nice stack. You just leave stuff everywhere.
Oh, man.
What the heck?
Shame on me.
Should be. Gotta get you back all your boxes. We don't want that crap.
So if you already have kickers, KS, perfectly fine. You don't need nothing. They go right in.
Yeah, it should. No problems.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Just take your time.
I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't talked to Natasha in a while. Every time I call her, she's
busy.
Ken would work in a Bronco. What? Like speakers? So here's the thing with the Bronco. The most important speaker in the Bronco is the dash speaker, I feel, and that's a 4-inch coaxial. Mm-hmm. So you really want to get a good 4-inch coaxial to go in there. It's a 6.5-inch mid-bass down in the bottom, but there's 4 4-inch coaxials. I would spend the money to find a really nice high-end 4-inch coaxial. Like, obviously, Morel has 2. You have the hybrid 4-inch. You have the what's the more inexpensive ones that I always get the name wrong. But Morel has
Elates?
No, not Elates. The cheaper ones.
Maximo.
The one above that. That one.
Virtus?
No, below that. Yeah, the one we can never remember the name because it's the ones that are in your car.
Tempo Ultras.
Yes, they have the Tempo Ultra 4-inch, which is really nice. But you wanna get a high-end 4-inch component up in the top of that dash. If you want to go a 3-way set, Stereo Steve makes a nice set of pods. So you can put like a set of flax or even somewhere else. They'll custom make them for whatever you want. The Stereo Steve pops are pretty cool. But otherwise, you want to get a really nice set of 4-inch coaxials. Kenwood does not make a really nice set of 4-inch coaxials. The best that they have is a 5 1/4. And the 3.5, I would not put a 3.5 where a 4.5 goes. Because like it's a really great 3.5, but it's a really bad replacement for a 4.5. If you understand what I'm saying. So
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so you need really nice 4-inch coaxials. See, like Focal falls flat because they make a 4-inch coaxial, but they don't make one that'll go in that. It's for the Tesla, which kind of sucks. It's like, now Gladen makes a nice set, and they're universal, very much like the Morels. Mm-hmm. The Helix has their 4-inch coaxial, which I have a set of specifically for a Bronco. Arc has a 4-inch set of coaxials.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm trying to get them to put the 4-inch coaxials and the 6-inch mid-bass in the same box. Yeah. Like, legit, this is how stupid some manufacturers are, and I'm not picking on Arc. Don't pay no attention. But when we go to these manufacturers and go, now Kicker has been really good about this because, like, if you'll notice, they have a lot of these prepackaged systems now where it's like a 6 and a 2, and because we've had extensive conversations with them. They're still lacking, but they're at least getting better about it, which is great because it's a step in the right direction. But trying to get a manufacturer to put a 4-inch coaxial and a 6-inch mid bass in a box to sell is like, what? Why would we do that? Because it's a Bronco, a 3.5 and a 6.5. What is that? That is a Jeep. Why would I do? Because that's what everybody in a Jeep needs. Everybody. So, we end up having, okay, we'll solve all of this. We'll go a la carte. Just go a la carte.
That's the right way.
Right, that would be totally cool. Because then you wouldn't need that many SKUs. You'd make our lives easier. Because you just do a tweeter, a 3.5, a 2-inch, a 4.5. Screw the 5 1/4. Nobody needs a 5 1/4. A 6 and a 6x9.
For sure.
6-inch coaxial. You could easily make the tweeter go into the coaxial on both the 6.5 and the 6x9.
Yeah.
So that would be, you could, when you buy the tweeter, it just comes with the parts.
Everything a la carte is
and then that's it. And then from there, I can buy anything I want. If I have a Dodge show up, I have 3.5 and a 6x9, buy a tweeter and a 6x9 for the rear, put them together. Boom, done. I have all the set. If I get a GM come in, 2.5 in the dash, 6x9 in the door, 6.5 coaxial in the rear, no problem. Buy the tweeter, buy the mid bass, put it together, done. Get a Bronco come in, 4-inch coaxial on the top of the dash, 6.5-inch mid bass, 4-inch coaxial in the rear, boom, done. Jeep comes in, 3.5, 6.5, 6.5. Or I can do 4 4s and 4 3.5s if I want to just be weird. So, there's so many options a la carte, but they all look at you like you're on drugs.
I mean, you are.
Why would I do that? No, I'm not. That's
you haven't taken medicine. See, that's what you.
How do the Morel senses compare with the maximal? They're leaps and bounds above.
I don't know, but
but they are.
But we don't know how.
It's better. It's a much better.
The next thing we have to.
You gotta remember, those are built in Israel. Those are there. And those not. Yeah. So, anyways, cut the door and put in a 7x10. I actually still have a set of Ken with 7x10s.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Go with Hertz SPL shows. That's a bit. They're nuts. What if he found a new old stock Illusion audio? No, there's a set right up there. No, it's still a 3.5. You'll still get more out of a 4-inch. Now a 4-inch coaxial, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you can do that. Elp is selling the blue Tesla speakers as separates. No, they're not. You can only get those in the Tesla setup.
The Tesla setup.
And the otother problem is that 3-hole 4-inch doesn't do anybody any good because you need. So one of the things that Gladen and Morel did that made a lot of sense is they made a generic mount. Gladen went a little far and just called their speaker generic, which they had to change. They didn't realize the meaning of it here in the U.S., so they were like, I'm not buying a set of generic speakers. No, it's the mount type. Yeah, it's insulting. But anyways, so it's a generic mount, meaning you can take that mount. Helix has it now too. No, that's still... Helix may have that. I don't know. But I know Gladen is really pushing for the generic mount, which is cool because they have it on the 2-inch, they have it on the 3-inch, they have it on the 4-inch. And that's great because I can just put it in anything I want. The Tesla speaker is a 3-hole, kind of like a BMW, but not. So it doesn't do anybody any good because I need those brackets off of there so I can just make any mount I want. So Focal's in the same boat. They make a Focal for BMW, Mercedes, and Tesla, but they don't have a standalone version of it to put into. So they have like a flax and a Kevlar, but we can't really do anything with them because they're just, we'd have to modify the crap out of them. And they're not cheap speakers. So the last thing I want to do is take like a $450, $500 set of Kevlar 4-inch coaxials over to the belt sander or circular disc sander and sand the whole thing off. Like,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, it would suck. But was that the IDataLink Mic 1 should be released around the same time as the Kenwood radios, so sometime April, May. Do SQ ups sound better when they warm up a bit? All electronics sound better when they warm up a bit. There's an operating temperature that an amplifier, any electronic, needs to hit. So, for example, for a lot of you guys that live up where it's cold, yeah, for sure, Like if you get in your car in the morning and you turn your system on, it was cold last night, like 30s. Your amplifier is too cold to perform. Your speakers are too cold to perform. So you need to warm all that stuff up to the operating temperature that's optimum for the amplifier. We don't typically run into that problem here because it's more or less always hot. Hotter than whatever the minimum requirement is. But there again, some amplifiers, they really need to warm up in order to get to, they want to be at a specific temperature.
Proper, yeah.
In order to function. So, yeah, most of the time you don't have to worry about that. But in a higher end amplifier, it's probably going to be noticeable just because a lot of those things are just like...
Oh, Brian is
exquisite.
Like, if you're cold, they're cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that makes sense.
Integrated into the factory mic and backup camera would make an amateur like me installs much more enjoyable. Thanks, IDataLink. Well, the backup camera they already do, but the mic interface. So here's how this is going to work. Just for the people at home, they're curious what the mic 1 is. Hang on.
What is it?
So if you've worked on anything IData in the last year, you'll notice there's an orange plug that hangs off of it and it says mic. And so this is the mic 1, this little guy right here. And it does have to be flashed. I haven't even opened the bag yet because it will only work on Fernando's car. Because somebody there drives a Volkswagen, so it's set up to go. But you have these little blue connectors with an aux jack on it, a blue connector on an aux jack style, and then this. So this one here is for Pioneer. That's the Mini. So this will plug in, and this will plug into the back of the radio, and this blue plug will plug into that blue port there. And then this one is for Alpine, and then this one is going to be for Sony JVC Kenwood. That means they all use the same mics. Each one of these is different. This is a 2, that's a 3, and that's a micro. Now, you have to tell the brain what it's going to. So, make, model, car, and radio. Because it needs to know how to set up the EQ in this in order to, 1, sound like the factory or better, and 2, be a Kenwood, Pioneer, Alpine, Sony, etc. The one piece that it comes with, which I'm most excited about, is this right here. This is a T-harness that I've been trying to get them to sell me in bulk so that I can just have it hanging off the unit. This is the extra wires that we add to the harness. So this is a yellow, red, black, and of course they just give us the red and the black that's going to tee into the brain and then plug into this like so. So that's how the unit is going to get powered. So the nice thing is if your harness has an orange lead on it, you can easily plug into it with this. This will plug in here, and there's your orange lead. There's a red to red. I don't know what this is for yet because I haven't looked at the instructions. Okay, so the one question I have is how do you flash it? So I haven't gotten that far yet.
What do you mean?
Well, there's no USB port on it, but it's got to be flashed. I wonder if this plugs into the brain, and then you flash
with the
it.
RR.
Right,
Then
but
it's gonna give you the option that you want to do the mic 1.
so I'm guessing the red
yes.
cable. Well, yeah. So I don't know, because I plugged it. How did I plug it in the other day? Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm an idiot. Duh. USB-C right here on the side.
There you go.
I'm like, I plugged this in the other day to figure out what cars, because there's only like a handful of cars. Sorry about that. Mine just brain. I'm leaning over the sinuses. So anyways, that is the USB-C that is going to program it, but this is it. So this will just plug in retro style to the car, into your RR harness if it has the orange on it, and that's it. That's all you do, and you don't have to run a mic. How cool is that? Pretty simple. So yes, that is going to make everyone's life. Between that and the T harnesses, the radio specific harnesses, which they just came out with the Boss harness.
What's up, Mike?
And the Jensen harnesses. So if you're cold, yeah, it's funny.
What box do you recommend for under the sub of a 20 Silverado crew cab?
2022.
Man, I don't. It's 02.
Foxbox.
I was gonna say check to see if Foxbox makes anything. Foxacoustics.com. Yeah, that might be the thing. They hit harder. The DB stuff. I wonder. There might be something to that. I can tell a difference with my Amos this time of year. I bet you, because it gets cold where you live, Mike.
How are the ankles are feeling?
Probably like crap. It's probably even more pronounced with tube amplifiers. Tubes are always a big pain in the butt. Maybe it's done well. It's just... I knew there was a port on it because I plugged it in. We were going to film the video for it with the Toyota we had in here, and Toyota wasn't supported yet. Yeah, it will be. They haven't done a launch. So the reason why, like, the Volkswagen is up because James drives a Volkswagen. There's a Ford up because one of the guys drives a Ford. I don't remember what the third car was, but we know one of the guys drives that car. So they're beta testing it in those 3 cars. So
just to see if it works.
Right. So we know that it's okay. But
so I'm lucky.
Why are you? Yeah, you are lucky.
Because I have a Volkswagen.
Because James likes Volkswagens like yourself. You know? Yeah.
Will there be a RR3 with integrated mic support?
I don't think we've even talked about that with them. Probably. Listen, the reality is sure would be the answer, I would think, but that's a lot of parts inside of there.
Yeah.
And right now it just makes sense.
Thing, no?
Yeah. Right now it just makes sense to be retroactive.
I don't know.
We know that. Okay, so first things first. Listen, a lot of people are cheap. That's why they have the new SR, which is
SW.
Is it? I thought it was SR. Is it SW? They have the new cheap one. Okay, because people don't want to pay for data connection, even though it's like, really? Okay, cool. So if you put all this stuff in there, like, this harness is already expensive, so now it gets even more expensive. At least now it doesn't hurt as much because you can work your way through it. An RR3 that did everything. So basically you take an RR2 with all its capability, you take a Mic 1, put that in there. I like it because it makes my life easier, but keep in mind all this stuff has to plug in somewhere.
At that point you just
I don't know.
add a screen.
They'd have to redo all of the harnesses.
Now you have a radio.
So all the harnesses would have to change. Because right now they've changed them to put the pigtail for the orange. They'd have to rebuild the harness. That'd be an expensive endeavor. They're probably not doing that anytime soon. Now that I think about it, that would suck. So, it's 19 and snowing. We get 8 inches Wednesday. Ooh. Kicker Comp RT seal box will fit behind the back seat of a Tundra Crew Max. I bet you. Probably.
You think?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, man. The surround.
Dude, the art. Yeah, but the art. Okay, it didn't say it had to move. Just said that it fit.
I mean, if it fits, and you're just gonna
fits
leave it
ships,
there for picture, that's fine. But
fits and ships.
I don't think so.
I'm like, why is Nando wearing glasses? Today we had to work outside, worked on this giant truck that wouldn't fit in the install bay because it has a ladder rack on it. And the ladder. Not only do you rub it in by having this silly, you leave the ladder on the truck.
It doesn't matter, it's still gonna fit.
I don't know. I think it's just salt in the wound at that point. It's okay.
It's too big.
So anyways, we were out working on our tans today. That's when my hair's all messed up because I had my hat on. He had his hat on. I took my hat off because it's giving me a headache. 2 seal boxes for 412s each. With 15-inch subs, dig deep enough from, say, 0 to 40 hertz. Or should I get an 18-inch home audio powered by ground amp?
Wow.
I mean, are we going in the house? I mean,
that's cool.
You can get pretty low in the house with the. I have band passes in my house. I went band pass because I just wanted it at low rumble because I have C7s. Ooh, that'd be expensive and really nice. Should, but yeah, I just need a rumble in my house because the Morel 8-inch actually do a really good job.
And then you can say ready.
What?
Ready to rumble?
No. I don't say, "Are you ready to rumble?" No. That's it.
Is there a speaker you heard that sound like crap but look good on paper? I've heard plenty of speakers that sound like crap, C2s. And I don't know how they looked on paper, but they sounded like crap to my ears. Most of the people that make speakers that sound like crap don't put a lot of cool stuff on paper to say how good they sound. They just put them out there and be like, hey, we put our name on these. You should buy them because they have our name on them. And they probably sound good because we put our name on them. It's kind of like Nikes, you know. You can put Jordan on it. That doesn't mean they're comfortable. It just means you put Jordan on it. And a lot of people are going to buy them because they say Jordan.
Who's Jordan?
He's on a shoe.
He's not a shoe?
He is a shoe.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, he used to be somebody. Now he's a shoe. He used to be underwear, too.
Audiovan, of course.
Ooh.
I want to buy Audiovan.
Orion Cobalt for the win. That's what I got. 2 Orion Cobalt 12s. Boom. Yeah. Usually starts with an S. A lot of things start with S. Usually things that, well, hey, they suck. They start with an S. S suck starts with S. Maybe that's a coincidence. Okay, we can't ever get a product and have it start with an S. Because suck starts with S. And it's just like an omen. Ooh. I never thought of that. Bring up an interesting point. Model number S could mean sucks. Still have my Cobalt 10s. It's because they didn't have ferrofluid in them. The XTRs had the ferrofluid. Those things have turned into goo.
Ferrofluid?
Yeah, ferrofluid it's a magnetic thermal compound, liquid, that they used to inject into the voice coil of tweeters in order to keep the tweeters cool.
Okay.
So ferrofluid injected tweeters, which they probably still do, were a big deal because you could put more power to the tweeter because you'd use the ferrofluid to lubricate the pole piece, okay, which would keep the tweeter handle more power, right? Keep it cool. Orion was like, we can design ferrofluid to go inside of the voice coil gap on a subwoofer. Normally you couldn't do that because the tweeter doesn't move much. You know, like a tweeter you can't even really see moving. So ferrofluid is fine. It'll stay in the gap. But when something moves a lot, then ferrofluid becomes pointless. And somehow they magically figured out how to put ferrofluid in the gap of a subwoofer. Okay? So when the subwoofer would move up and down, the ferrofluid would stay in the gap, keep the subwoofer cool. I don't think it worked because we went through a lot of woofers back then. And it was gooey. So Cobalts were XTRs without ferrofluid. So probably why you still have your Cobalt. I don't know if an XTR, it might still, if it's been playing the whole time, it will still play. But I don't think it's just sitting there. Yeah, go for it.
He's here.
Yeah, go take him his car. It's not my customer. It's your customer.
What?
I never talked to the guy. That's all Paul. I'm going to check out my 3D printer. It's done. Let's see what we just... Let's see what magical thing we just printed. Ooh! We made a 5-star version of it. How cool is that? There's our little pegs. See the little pegs come off. Then we got to take this little guy right here. There we go. It disappeared. Ooh. So there we go. So this is an air hockey. I figured that out after I was done. I was like, oh, I just made some air hockey things. So, silly me. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's so refreshing. Ooh, it clicks right in. There's always one, right? Perfect. There we go. Check the low high gears, the 4-wheel drive. That's not them. They're on the floor. Make sure that's in gear.
Yeah. I mean, that was...
Okay, I'm just saying, because we had to take that out of gear in order to put the car in.
I don't think that's in gear. No. It's always fun. Dean, can you print a red heart for my wife for Valentine's Day, please? You'll never get it on time. How is the Bluetooth speaker project coming? It's still sitting on the shelf. I'm thinking that's going to be a summer project. Sinus hurt when they both... Oh, I bet. Well, hey, listen. It's almost time to go. I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a great rest of your day. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.